Hey guys, so we are sitcom queens. I'm Michaela,
I'm Alden.
and today we're going to be doing the pilot episode of Good Luck Charlie. Yeah. So yeah, this was a TV show on Disney Channel, and it originally aired in 2010. First episode, yeah, April 4th, 2010. It originally aired, and the final episode date was February 16th, 2014. So yeah, one of the first kind of Disney Channel shows of the 2010s era. Definitely like a newer era, but an iconic era as well. And yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the pilot. So my first question is about the characters. What did you think about the characterizations? Did you have any favorites, any least favorites?
So I know we talked a lot about the dumb dad trope before, but I feel like in this sitcom it really worked. Like he was definitely like maybe not the height of, but he was definitely like playing into that trope. But I thought it was honestly hilarious. Like Bob had some pretty great lines, like dad's not available right now, or like not knowing where the kid went to school. Like that's such a trope, but I thought it was hysterical. Also, we've talked a little bit about like there's always has to be like one dumb kid character in the show. That was
Mm,
definitely PJ. I also thought he was hysterical when he's like
he
slapping
was
his
really
dad's butt in the hospital. Like my sister came in and watched some of the show with me because she was just in the house. She sat down and laughed out loud when PJ like pushed the curtain back and fell over in the hospital. She never laughs out loud and stuff like that, but she thought it was hilarious because it just is. Like I also kind of felt like it just felt a little bit more real, like all the characters together. Like I believed that they were in a family together, and I think that's because it was like supposed to be like a family sitcom on ABC, but they kind of rewrote it a little bit, and I like you can just really tell. But I thought all of the characters were great. Gabe was so funny. I forgot how funny he was. And then like Teddy, let's talk a little bit about Teddy's character because I feel like, well, I know that later in the show, there's like a whole episode where she's called Gigi for like goody goody, and she was very different from that like goody goody archetype. She was like trying to like get the boy to come over, trying to kiss him every 5 seconds. Like, I thought
Yeah,
that was
true.
really interesting, but also hilarious.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I feel like Gabe was the standout character for me. I
Yeah.
forgot how funny he was. Like that
Yes.
actor, he literally killed it. And I like to like at the end where he actually does have kind of this like sweet moment of like everyone's ignoring me, everyone's forgetting about me because he's not the baby anymore. I thought that was really cool. And then yeah, I forgot that this was the pilot. Like I
Me
forgot that
too.
Spencer was in the first episode. I thought he came later on because I know he does come later on, but I didn't realize like he's been in this universe like since the beginning. Um,
Yes.
Also like I just thought it was so funny that he was wearing like a vest, so they were like trying to make it like kind of nerdy.
The fashion was quite a statement. Like I remember like when I watched this in its original airing, I wanted to dress like Teddy Duncan. Like I thought her fits were
Mm.
like the best. Like she always wore, not in this episode, but in other episodes wore like a high-low skirt. I thought that was like the height of fashion. I look back and I go, for 2010 she's looking pretty good. Like I wouldn't wear that now.
Right.
But back then she's dressing kind of cute.
But yeah, with Teddy, yeah, because I do remember her character, like you said, she's kind of like yeah, usually, she's studying hard and everything. But yeah, in this episode, she really was kind of like rebellious teen daughter. And it was funny that like she was kind of like, well, mom said I couldn't have the study date at the library, but she didn't say I couldn't have it here. And then like Spencer, honestly, like he dealt with a lot. I was surprised that he didn't like try to leave earlier. Like he kind of was just, he was pretty patient so that was interesting. And then yeah, like I feel like like Bob, yeah, he really was funny, but also like he does he plays into the trope of like dads that just don't know anything. And I'm like, how do you not know like the name of your kid's school? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like
I
especially if you're
know.
driving them to it every day. Um, so yeah, like that was interesting to see because I feel like I can't think of too many shows or movies just in general where like the dad knows more than the mom or like I don't know where it's like a competent dad. So that's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. I haven't seen this movie yet, but there's this movie with this comedian.
The breadwinner?
Yeah, with
I
Steven
saw that with
Guttenberg.
my family. It's
Oh,
the
really?
same thing.
Yeah, right. So like, because I've seen the trailer and like the whole trope is just like he's doesn't know anything and he's trying to like figure everything out. So it kind of reminded
Yeah.
me of like that character and especially like now like because yeah now it's 2026 so it's like the fact that that's still like a character like it's just I don't know it's like I'm tired of it if that makes sense. Like I want
Actually,
to see like a really competent dad. There
yeah.
are competent dads.
I thought it was really funny. Yeah, like my dad, he knows where I go to school.
Right.
He's very he's with it. He's competent. But like I think he really liked the breadwinner. I was like it was really funny. My family and I saw it together, and they actually played the exact same joke where he's driving the kids to school and he goes, "So obviously I know where you go to school, but on the count of three, we're gonna say where we go to school. One, two, three." And like no one says it, and he's like, "Dad, like how do you not know where you go to school?" But the idea behind that is that his wife stayed at home, which is different from this show where Amy works full time. The wife
Right.
stays at home, has this good idea, decides to go on Shark Tank, so he has
Mhm.
to step back from his job while she's abroad pursuing her career, and he has to be the stay-at-home parent.
Right.
So it's like it's an interesting thing in that because like they do set it up where he's like, I work all the time, my wife stays home, and like he
Mhm.
does appreciate what she does, but I think part of the point of this movie is like you don't really appreciate what the stay-at-home parent does until you're the stay-at-home parent.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's good. That's a good like perspective because yeah, definitely underappreciated. Um,
We should do this for the podcast. We should do the breadwinner. I think it would
yeah,
really
no,
fit
I
in.
actually I'm so mad I didn't see it in theater. Like, oh, I wish that I did because I really wanted to actually.
It was good.
Uh,
My aunt saw it with her kids, and she said she can't wait to put it on a streaming service because she had to stifle her laughter so much. I
oh
wouldn't
my
say it's
gosh, dude.
that funny, but she's a
Yeah.
stay-at-home mom, and
Mhm.
her husband, my uncle, he's a pilot, so he's like traveling all the time. So I totally get it,
Mhm.
like from her perspective, especially.
I see. But yeah, so that kind of reminded me of Bob of Duncan.
Yes,
And
of
I also
course.
love that like they really like well because yeah, you know that Amy's she's a nurse, right?
Hmm.
And then Bob is an exterminator. And it's just so funny that like throughout the whole pilot, like he keeps trying to make his job sound less like gross, but it's just that's what he does, you know. And then
Yeah.
I liked that Bob's Bugs Be Gone was like featured. Like I just for some reason that like company name has always just been funny
It's
to me.
great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so great. He was a great brander.
he really is.
But yeah, and so then with PJ, oh yeah, PJ was really good. Yeah, he was really funny. He had a lot of funny physical gags. And I also like the driving scene where like he
Yes.
just kind of like he's like doesn't like the awkward silence, so he just tries to like keep saying stuff like the license plate game, and the dad's just like, "Oh my gosh, just drive me to the hospital."
Yes. The way that he like would say stuff though, like was so good when he was like,
Mm.
"Oh my God, my butt's on fire," and he goes, "That? Like no way. My band, I just wrote a song called My Butt is on Fire.
Right,
Please don't
right.
My butt is on fire." It's like he's so funny. Like the way he delivers like
Yeah.
lines is so good. Like Jason Dolley is honestly unappreciated because he's been in a lot of
Yes,
stuff
it is.
until Good Luck Charlie. Like he
Right,
didn't
right.
break it big really until Good Luck Charlie, but like great
Yeah.
casting, hilarious. Also, can we have a moment for Teddy and PJ's like sibling relationship dynamic?
Oh,
So believable. I thought it was so good.
that's true. Yeah. And then like with Teddy just trying to like balance everything in her family. Because, yeah, basically with the pilot episode, the main kind of thing that's happening is she is trying to go on kind of a first date with this guy that she likes. It's supposed to be at the library, it's supposed to be studying, but then her mom is going back to work and needs all hands on deck to help with the baby Charlie. So yeah, she's not bedridden, but she's like stuck at home.
Yeah.
And she decides, okay, well, I have like a ton of other family members that can watch this baby. It doesn't just have to be me, so I can still bring this boy over. So then she brings him over and they try to study, but there's a ton of interruptions that happen. And so yeah, she's just trying to balance, her family responsibilities, but also her wanting to be on the state with this guy. So yeah, it was interesting to kind of see her balance those two worlds. And what I appreciated too with her character was like she kind of just like really is like ambitious and like takes it on. Like she's not afraid of a challenge. Like she knows that it won't be easy, this whole scenario, but like she is
Yeah.
very optimistic, and she doesn't kind of like I don't know, I was surprised that she didn't like blow up at her family earlier, of like, I shouldn't have to be
Yeah.
taking care of this baby. Like, dad is a full adult. Like, why can't he be the only one
Yeah.
taking care of it and all these things? Um, so yeah, I feel like she had a resilience to her, and a very determined, like she wasn't gonna tell Spencer to leave. She didn't give up easily. So yeah, that kind of gives like a really good sense of her character of like she will really go to great lengths to get what she wants. And I also forgot
Yeah,
that this I also forgot that Mrs. Dabney was in this episode as well.
I
And
did
she's
too.
so
That was a
iconic.
surprise.
Uh, like I just her and Gabe's like rivalry is so funny, and I love that
It
that's like a
is.
running gag throughout this show.
Yeah, I like how like pretty much everything that like we remember from the show is introduced in the pilot. Like you
Yeah,
said, the Dabney
yeah,
Gabe rivalry, the whole like Dabney's character doesn't change pretty much at all, which I thought was really great. Like we've noticed in other shows, like oh, remember this whole thing doesn't last. Like this changes a lot.
yeah,
Like I really liked how that was kind of there. Like oh, good night, Mrs. Dabney. Now it is. Like she's like the same character. I feel like the whole way
yeah,
through, and then like you were saying, like the whole like Teddy and Spencer, like the fact they introduced him so early, and he's like, I would say, a very pivotal role in this entire show, which is like so great. The mom and the dad are pretty much like the same. I really
right,
appreciated that too. I think Gabe changes a little bit, but because like he does start as a kid and then goes into a teen, but he's always like the troublemaker, and like PJ's always
right.
like not the smartest one. Like I really appreciate like how foundational this was. But one thing
Mm.
I did want to bring up because you were talking about how like Teddy's kind of like doing it all. This is like the perfect example that I've like really seen of like the parentification of the older child. Where like there's like this, it's not necessarily a trope, but it does happen in some other sitcoms where you'll notice like the oldest child has to suddenly take care of everything. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it
it happens
happens.
sometimes in Full House where like there's an episode where the all of the adults are out or they get sick, and so DJ at 10 years old has to take care of her baby sister. Like
Mm.
that's like a I don't know. It happens in real families, I'm sure. It's just like I thought that
Yeah,
was very interesting how much it was displayed here. When like Teddy, it's on you, and like I know why they're not gonna like trust Gabe to take care of it or whatever, but like why can't it be like, hey, maybe you can feed her and Gabe can put her down, or maybe Gabe can
right,
feed her and put
right.
her down because you're trying to study for a test or something like
And,
that. Oh, we didn't talk about Emmett. What were your thoughts on
oh
Emmett?
yeah. Emmett, like, I feel like that is one thing in the show that I can appreciate. Like, I could appreciate that, like, I could see that this show, for its time, actually was trying to put, like, diversity in there because you have Emmett, and then you even had, oh my gosh, what's the actor's name? Like, the kid who was in Lab Rats,
Oh
Ty,
yeah, him. I don't remember his name, but him, the
yeah, he
fish
was one
hook.
of the patients. So like I definitely appreciate that, but I feel like overall, but I have to like watch it again. My like memory of the black characters are definitely like a little bit tokenized or like just kind of all stereotypical a little bit. But cause like I feel like with Emmett's character, like I can just think of like a lot of nerdy black boy characters in like other shows.
Okay.
And so that's the thing that for me I'm like it's just always the same. Like so that's kind of where I was like, but he is funny and like and I think it was like he had like a really funny line where he is talking about like I'm in a relationship with Teddy and then PJ's like
Yes,
this is all in your head and then he's like no my mom knows about it and I was like that's actually really funny.
I told my mom.
Mhm.
I thought he was really like I thought he was really cute and funny because like I remembered Emmett as like in love with Teddy and she's never in love with him
Yeah.
back or whatever. But like the one that like thought the one that made me laugh so hard was like his first line basically where like Teddy comes downstairs and tells him to like be quiet or whatever, and he goes, "Hey Teddy, I'm the vibe." I was like, that is so funny for PJ and the vibe. Like I thought he was like really cute and funny. He does get a girlfriend like kind of early on though. Like yeah, it's a whole thing between PJ and Emmett because spoiler alert, turns out the girls are twins, but he thinks Emmett's girlfriend's cheating on him with him.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah,
Dang.
I like that Emmett's like I don't know. I feel like Emmett's not a character I've thought much about, but then when I watched it yesterday, I was like, wait, he's actually kind of hilarious.
Right, right. And it's nice to see like PJ's like friends too, because like
Yeah,
he's not he's not the main character. So it's kind of just like it's interesting to see him in relation to friends rather than just the family.
yeah, I like
And then
that.
he has the
That I definitely
band.
appreciate that.
It's nice that all the kids' personalities are different. You know, it's not like you can't
Yeah,
remember like who's who's like they're so distinctly different, but then they're all like funny together. Like every character in the show is funny. I think that's what's like so
yeah,
um that what makes the show work really well is that like there's not a dull character in the show. For the first episode being like this first date kind of thing, that
hmm,
does kind of just like you do think the audience would be a little bit older of kids, you know? So then,
yeah,
yeah, I feel like this era of Disney Channel was still when like kids who were Teddy's age were still like some of the main audience.
yeah,
And so then that's kind of interesting because like now we know that today it's kind of gone a little bit younger. Like again, this episode reminded me it was in a different way, but it still reminded me of like how there are quite a few pilots where it's like about a first crush, about, because even Boy Meets World was
Oh
like
yeah,
now, but this one was like much more central, and it wasn't even just like a crush. It's like, oh, we're actually like on a date. Uh,
dating. Yeah, I
so
kind of
that
I
was
forgot about that. I
yeah.
didn't pick up on that, but you're so right. A lot of stuff does like center around that. We did talk about that last time.
And then it's interesting because at least comparing to Boy Meets World, like Teddy, she's an older but also a middle child, but like Gabe. Like PJ doesn't really care about the date at all. Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
care about the date at all. And then Gabe doesn't really care, but I think he just misses the attention because he like had to ask for food multiple times. He was like,
Yes.
feed me. Um, but yeah, I feel like the show also did really well with like the physical gags. Because yeah, you have like the stair scene. Like that
That
is
was the
like
big one.
so iconic. Like it's just, I actually forgot it was in the pilot because I just remember it so clearly that I thought it was like a
Yeah.
middle episode or something. But yeah, that gag is really funny. And then yeah, the hospital and PJ. And even like PJ, yeah, being a fake doctor, like that was such a good like use of the space and like to give him
Yeah.
something to do and
And like you were saying, like the stairs thing is so funny when it goes in slow-mo. He like the baby flies
Yeah.
up, you see it crying, you go, no, and Gabe's like, with his sandwich. Like
Right.
it's so good. Like
Yeah, yeah.
hysterical. And then
And I
like
feel
when
like
Amy goes, "You promised you were gonna drop this one." Like
I
like
know that was
that
really
phrase
funny.
alone tells you everything you need to know about Bob's, I guess, incompetence really about taking care of the children he has.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Poor Amy. But I do like that like she like with this show, yeah, you do get this like portrayal of like a working woman. And like even like post baby, like that baby is still really young, but like yeah, she's going back to work and she's excited to go back and she's excited but she's nervous. And then she has that like really heartwarming kind of like meltdown at the end of just kind of being like, I don't think I can do this, all this. And I was kind of surprised because like I feel like her character is very similar to Teddy. Like she's very headstrong and like determined and I feel like for the most part she doesn't give up easily. So that was kind of interesting to see her just be like, wow, I'm gone for one day and like everything's falling apart and like all these things. But then it was super nice to see everyone and like PJ be like, oh, like we'll all take care, and if something goes wrong, we'll all share the blame. That was a really
Yeah,
fun line.
I
Yeah.
know. I liked that a lot. Like they had like two like heartwarming moments that I thought were played beautifully. That one and the one with Gabe and Teddy on Mrs. Dabney's porch.
Mhm.
Where she
Yeah.
like and like it was so good because it was like it's like what the 90s family sitcoms did. They teach a
Yeah.
lesson, but like what was different about this is it wasn't overly saccharine because they had jokes
No, no.
within these moments where like where he's like, Mom, like you did a great job with all
Oh,
of us, and then
yeah.
Bob's like cracking a joke to make her laugh, and she's like, no, like I'm serious, but like it's like it's not too heavy. I didn't think it was too heavy handed either because they had
Yeah.
these like jokes for levity, and then like
Right.
Teddy has the one, and like she says something about how like Gabe spit up on
Oh,
PJ and was
yeah.
like, oh, I'll give him a chance, like the same thing happened, like that sort of thing. Like I
Right,
liked how
right.
they kind of had jokes within it to make it like not so tough, but it's still like, and also like the lessons they were teaching were like applicable to life. Like my
Yeah.
mom went back to work I think just part time after I was born for a little bit. Like she probably related a little bit to Amy because it
Mhm.
wasn't leaving her fourth kid at home, but it was leaving her first
Right.
kid at home and wasn't sure, who you can trust, like how to handle that.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
a very real thing a lot of parents I think go through. And then like, with Gabe, like I'm sure a lot of like, middle kids do feel forgotten a lot or like they're like, I used to be the baby and like now they're adjusting to not being that kind of like you were saying. Like I think the lessons that were taught were beautifully played and well done, not overly
Mhm.
saccharine, but like super applicable to the audiences.
Something that you had said reminded me of Gabe. I I've always, well, everyone has always noticed that he's the only child that has brown hair. And so
Yes.
I wonder if that was like a really intentional where they were like, we really even like visibly kind of want like a black sheep of the family, or if they just loved his performance so much that they were like, we don't care that you're not blonde, you're in.
Yeah, wait, I didn't like notice or think about that. But you're still right. I think like statistically speaking, there's no way he could be a brunette.
But then it's funny too, because then when Toby's born, he's brunette. But
Yeah,
he's
you're right.
like,
He does darker.
he has lighter brown hair, but he's still like not blonde.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know. I like to think it was an intentional choice because that would make a lot of sense. Like he is like he's like almost outside of the family, like, forgotten. I think
Yeah.
that would make a lot of sense. I'm gonna choose to believe that. I like that idea.
But yeah, because he's always just kind of like, I don't know, doing his own thing or just like, he's always mischievous. Like, I would love, oh my gosh, in like another universe for him and Megan from Drake and Josh to meet. That would be such a
Oh my
good,
gosh.
like,
The best
either,
crossover.
yeah, oh my gosh. Because like the shenanigans that they would pull off would be insane.
Literally, yeah. I just liked how like this time it wasn't like pranky. It was just like he was ruining things, and part of me was like, maybe it's on
For sure.
purpose. Like when he goes, "Okay, I'll leave," but like, when's this hot guy getting here?
Right.
Like right
No,
in front of Spencer.
he's so messy. It's so funny. Like,
Yeah,
he
he
loves
was
causing
like
drama.
a real standout. You're right. Like he's so
Yeah.
good.
Do you think that they would ever think of doing like a reboot of the show or like a spin-off? Even though it'd be like a long time, but or it's like
I'm tr-
one of the kids' families or like
I'm trying to decide if I don't think they would or if I don't want them to. Like I definitely
mm,
don't want them
a
to
different
just because
question.
like yeah, because I feel like it was just so good. Like I don't think we should try to strike lightning twice. I don't think they would because like I'm trying to think about it, and Disney Channel hasn't really tried to bring back any of their original shows, right?
Yeah, except for the That's
Sweet
a
Life.
Raven.
Okay, that's true. But wasn't that
Yeah.
like shortly after?
No, no.
Oh, it
Because That's a
wasn't?
Raven was like That's a Raven was in like the early 2000s, I think. And then Raven's Home, I forget when it
Oh,
started,
I
but
was
it was
thinking of
like,
Corey in the House, but no, you're right. Raven's Home was way
oh.
later. Oh, you're
Yeah,
right. They did do
yeah.
that. I think they did it with another one too, but I don't remember what it was. But you're right. They did do that.
And it like Raven's
Um,
Home went on for at least like 5 seasons. Like it actually,
yeah, I watched a good part of it. I
yeah.
liked it.
And
Okay,
then
maybe they would.
I think what helped too is that like Raven, like she was actually in the show and like was one of the producers. So like that's
Yeah.
why it really I think was successful because like they had such a core part of it like still really involved in it.
Yeah,
Um
I think if they were
so
to do it, it would have to follow Teddy. Yeah, because I don't really see it following Gabe. Like that would make a whole lot of sense. Just because, yeah,
yeah.
like I don't know. Like he
It
eventually
would
had
be
a
hard
girlfriend and
because
stuff, but
that's true. Oh, I loved that plot line. Like that was
yeah,
like oh so because like it's just so like character growth. Like him in the beginning with
yeah,
that, and then like it was just so cute. I remember that. Um, I also remember it like very vividly because it was like a black girl too. So it was like oh my
yeah,
gosh, like
Lauren.
wow,
Yeah,
like
she was great. I liked
so
her, and like I don't
yeah,
really see it being PJ because like I don't know. I would have like it would just be so different because like he ended up like in culinary school or whatever, which is like
yeah,
great. Like I would love to like kind of see that show, but I don't know if I would want to see that as a spinoff of Good Luck Charlie, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Like I mean, I guess they could kind of start the whole thing again and make it Toby because he'd probably be like 15 now.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like Toby's just so late. Like most people would even forget about him. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot they had that fifth child at the
Yeah, I'm
end."
not really sure why they did that, honestly. Like I don't think it like took away from the show, but it definitely didn't add a whole lot.
Yeah, I think they probably were hoping to get more seasons because I don't think like if they thought that the
Mm.
fourth season would have been the last one, I don't think they would have because it just didn't make
Well,
sense.
well, no, because they had to make it the last one. Because I think I didn't watch the last season in its original run, but I did rewatch it several years ago. And in the end, she's like leaving for college. That's why they end most of these. Is because the main character leaves for college, and that
Mm.
was like a plot line that happened in several episodes. Like she's packing up with Ivy, and like that whole thing
Right,
happens.
right.
Or like the last episode is her last video diary because she's leaving like for Harvard or something like that day. But
But
that was
like
like several plot lines was about getting into college and leaving.
they still technically could have continued the show. I mean, it wouldn't have been like the same exact essence as the original, but like, because yeah, we've seen like Bunked do that where literally the main characters that were in Jesse, like, I never watched it when it
I didn't either.
transitioned to when like they just were gone, so I don't remember like what the explanation for of like all of them are just suddenly gone. But they did
Yeah.
that and it continued for extra seasons, and then even Raven's Home did that, which like I didn't finish that either.
Yeah.
But even they did that, and it was so weird because like they just got rid of one of the kids, and
Well,
it's like
yeah. The reason they got rid of, well, so I actually know the kid who they got rid of, Nia. I met her like in real life because her brother was dating my like one of my really good friends, so I got to
Oh
meet
wow.
her, and from what I like, I like never asked directly because they ended up breaking up. But basically, she's from Atlanta and she kind of wanted to come back home, and like she wasn't really interested in pursuing that. So I'm
Really?
guessing her contract ran out because they didn't like do a 7 season contract
Oh,
like
I
other
see.
shows do. So like her contract probably ran out, so they had to like move it. And I saw people like complain about it. They were like, Reese would like never leave her kid behind, and I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
obviously the reason she left isn't publicized. Um, but yeah,
Interesting.
it was her choice to leave, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. That makes more sense. I think that's why they had Toby, because they were thinking like, oh, we can still continue it, and like, even though Teddy might not be there, like Toby can be the new one, and it could like even because even with like Gabe, having like the dating sort, like it almost like restarts it, because like
Right.
this pilot starts with like the dating kind of storyline, so then introducing Gabe at the end, he could have been the new Charlie, so to speak,
I just don't see how
and
they
and
could do it
he
without Teddy.
and he would be talking to Toby, and they both have the brown hair.
True. That's a good,
Good luck,
but like
Toby.
I I could see him like trying to do it as a spinoff. I just don't think it could like have the same title and stuff. But like I guess it's a good point. Like they could do that. Like
But like
I
that's what
don't
I think
know.
that their master plan for like not even a spinoff, but just like having the extra seasons, but like maybe it would become a spinoff though. They would change it to Good Luck Toby, and then it
Yeah,
would be
when
even like we
like
need Bradley Stephen Perry in the podcast, and we need to ask him this right
I
now.
know I feel like he would come. I'd be like, I know you're busy. You're about to have your first child
Right.
ever, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Good Luck Charlie.
So
I don't know. I think like as the actor, he definitely probably could have handled it. But
yeah,
also part of like what I think it is like Disney Channel. I feel like was just changing so much in 2014 when it ended.
yeah,
Like
right.
wasn't that like the same year like Girl Meets World came on?
Yeah, yeah.
And like I don't know how much of that was like, actually intended to supposed to be a family sitcom, and I don't know like
Wait,
what
yeah,
really
it
happened there.
definitely
But
was. It definitely was. And I think it was like, okay, there was some interlap because Bradley
oh
St. Perry and
yeah,
Sabrina Carpenter dated
yeah, I forgot
way
about
back
that. You're
when.
right. That's so true. I forgot.
And I think
Yeah,
it's
there must have been
because,
some overlap.
yeah, their shows, like at one point, had the sets were right next to each other. And,
Yeah, I guess there was some overlap.
it's
Because
so funny
what
because so many people don't know
yeah.
that lore.
I know, I always forget about it too because I feel like it
Yeah,
wasn't. I guess I wasn't paying attention to Disney Channel news when I was like 15, I guess. That's probably what it
right.
was. But I'm kind of glad it ended the way it did. I think season four was a little bit crazy-ish, like from what I remember, like
Mhm.
when I rewatched it. But I think like it's good that it ended when it did because I just don't think it could have been like the same.
And then the theme song also, because we have talked about theme songs, that's very
Yes.
iconic. And I like
So good.
the the graphics too, like it because it's so on theme, like the family photos and everything. And especially like the things going wrong in some of them, like it's so good.
Yeah, especially like the one that you have like for your background right now, like where Bob's like not looking at the camera, like it's really so it's like so good. Like when I remember like growing up, I didn't know the words of the theme song, but I would still sing along probably with words that sounded like it. But then like when I got older and I like did my rewatch, I was like, wait, I like know all of the I like actually understand what the lyrics are saying, and it's
Mhm.
so on theme because it explains what's going on in the thing. She's like, I've been
Right,
there, like hang in there, like we got this. Everything's gonna turn out all right. I'm like, this is so good. Like I don't know who
right.
wrote these theme songs, but whatever they were on
No.
something really good.
And it tells a story, like you had mentioned before.
Yes. Like
Right.
I love it. It's so good. Yeah,
So
and then this is a little off topic, I guess, but I recently like saw this YouTube video where apparently I think it was like in India, they remade like Indian versions of certain Disney Channel TV shows,
yeah, I
and
have
Good Luck
heard of
Charlie
that
was one of
actually.
them. I wish we could find it because I would love to like just compare the pilots and just see like what's like different, what's the same, but I think it's like the same thing.
Yeah, no, I've definitely heard of that. I've very much heard of it for Jesse, I think.
Yes.
Um, and maybe even Sweet Life. I wonder,
Hmm.
they're probably on Disney Plus.
No,
Oh,
they're not. Like I've heard they've been like kind of scrubbed for some reason.
that's okay. Okay, we'll have to search for that because that would be
Yeah.
really interesting to see.
Yeah. It's like yeah, because I mean it would be like the same characters, but I think like their names are just a little bit different. I think like
Mhm.
the title translates to something slightly different too. But like it's this like I think they're like there are several episodes. I don't know if it ran for as long, but they basically remake the exact same episodes but in a different language.
Like I definitely think that like TV for the most part is becoming more like globalized. And yeah, kind of having more international influence, which I think is good.
Oh,
I
for
think it's
sure,
good
yeah.
because it's just like it's interesting. You get new stories, you get like stuff that's unique that yeah, it wouldn't work if it was a US such show.
Yeah.
What I want to see more of, which is kind of niche, is I want to see more Canadian set shows because there's so
Oh,
many
yeah.
shows where like they'll film a lot in Canada, obviously, but like it'll always be set in the US. And it's like, what about
It's
Canada?
true.
Like Canada exists too, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it
I
is changing
mean,
for
but
sure.
I mean, I guess to bring it back to Good Luck Charlie, in the 90s, there weren't a whole lot of like shows that really starred girls. It's Boy Meets World, it's
That
not
oh, that's
girls.
true.
And
Yeah.
the Disney
It's
Channel kind of shifted, and they're really like
yeah.
all the main characters are really like female focused and central. And I
Yeah.
think that's definitely positive progress. Obviously, there's more to be done, but like that's a step in the right direction, I think.
That's true, yeah, because this was a girl-led show, but it was never like I don't think most people would even be like, oh, that's a girly show. Like this was really a show that
Right.
was like, super
For the
like
family.
girls liked it, boys liked it. It was not, it really wasn't even gendered. Whereas like Girl Meets World was a little bit more mostly girls.
Yeah.
I mean, girl is in the title, but like this was like really like, yeah, you had a balance of everyone. Um,
Yeah. And I want to do more research on Good Luck Charlie because I noticed at the very end when they said who did the casting, it's a woman named Sally Steiner who did casting for Boy Meets World, which I think is
oh, really?
incredible. So I would love to like look at more like similarities between like I'm sure like they had other people pulled in from like family stuff just
Yeah.
because of the origins and stuff. So I'd be interested to kind of see that.
Yeah. That's a cool like connection. I never knew that. Wow.
Yeah. I didn't realize it until I saw the credits at the end. I was like, wait a minute, Sally Steiner.
I feel like I
I
know.
have heard of her.
But yeah, so that's our episode for today of Good Luck Charlie. We hope you guys enjoyed. If there are any like TV shows, DCOMs, etc., that you guys want us to talk about, you can always send us a message on our social medias or our email,
Yes.
sitcomqueens@gmail.com. And then yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all at Sitcom Queens. And
Yes.
yeah,
I think our next episode is going to be our second decom, zombies, which we talked a little bit about today, so I'm very excited. But yeah, we really wanted to do Good Luck Charlie because that was the show that won our March Madness bracket back in March, and
yeah,
we wanted to like listen to you guys, our fans. So please, we'll try to do some more interactive social media things, definitely. But yeah, if there's something you want us to talk about, send us an email. If it's a show we've already done and you have a different episode, we would love to do that too. A lot
yeah,
of our shows
that's
were like, we
true.
want to watch more of it. So yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
please let us know. But thank you for watching.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
This episode of Sitcom Queens was produced by Michaela and Aldyn. This episode was edited by Michaela. Sitcom Queens is a You Really Care Productions and Girly Productions production.